Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to replace the clutch master cylinder on a Volkswagen Golf 7. If your clutch pedal stays on the floor, feels soft, squeaks, or the clutch is not disengaging properly, there can be several possible causes in the hydraulic clutch system. The system is made of multiple components such as the clutch pedal, the clutch master cylinder, the hydraulic line, the clutch slave cylinder, and the release bearing. A problem with any of these components can cause the clutch pedal to stay down due to loss of hydraulic pressure. However, in most cases, the most common failure is the clutch master cylinder located behind the clutch pedal. On this particular Golf 7, the clutch pedal was sometimes staying on the floor and would not return by itself, and replacing the clutch master cylinder solved the problem completely. So in this video I will show you step by step how to remove the old clutch master cylinder and install the new one. Let's get started. To have enough access, we need to remove several components, so we will start by disconnecting the battery. Then we remove this vacuum hose from the intake pipe because it runs right next to the battery housing. Down here we have a bolt that holds the battery fixing bracket. We unplug the MOF sensor connector. We compress this hose clamp to remove the intake pipe from the sensor. We then move this hose aside. Remove this plastic cover. Now remove this plastic air guide that directs air to the air filter housing. Then pull firmly on the air filter housing. It clips onto these rubber mounts. Now we remove the battery fixing bracket and then remove the battery together with the insulation cover. Next we need to remove the metal battery tray. It is held by 3 bolts. Several cables are clipped to the battery tray, so we need to unclip them first. Now we have access to the hose that brings brake fluid from the brake fluid reservoir to the inlet of the clutch master cylinder, and also to the hydraulic line through which the master cylinder pushes pressurized fluid to the slave cylinder. And this is the slave cylinder, which has the bleeder valve that we will use later when we bleed the system after replacing the master cylinder. This operating principle is similar on most cars. We disconnect the hose that connects the brake fluid reservoir to the master cylinder. Very important at this step, this hose connection uses inner rubber grommets, so do not pull it out too fast because you might lose them. They are very small and easy to lose. It is a good idea to place a large cloth or sheet underneath in case one of them falls. Here you can see the 2 ends of the metal retaining clip that holds the master cylinder hydraulic line. You need to push this clip down in order to pull the line out. Then we move to the clutch pedal area to see exactly where the mounting nuts are located. Unfortunately, on this Volkswagen Golf they managed to hide 2 of the nuts pretty well. There is a slightly easier way to remove them, so watch the video until the end because we only figured this out later. This sensor detached from the old master cylinder when pulling the electrical connector. The new one also comes with one that you will see a bit later. This nut is easy to remove, so we start with it, but there are two more identical nuts in the upper part that are hard to access. The two upper nuts can be removed through this opening under the steering wheel, but you will need a very long extension or several extensions. Even though we removed both upper nuts, it is almost impossible to remove and reinstall the pedal because of the very limited space, so we move to plan B, removing some dashboard trims, the ventilation duct and the footwell airbag, which makes both removing the nuts and removing the pedal much easier. That is why I said there is an easier way and that you should watch the video until the end. So we start by removing the left side dashboard cover. Here we have a screw that holds the lower dashboard trim. Then we have 3 more screws near the fuse box cover. The right side of this trim is held under the center console side trim, so we need to remove that one as well. We have a smaller trim held by a screw here. And here we have another screw for the lower dashboard trim. Unclip the center console side trim in order to remove the lower dashboard trim. Next, we need to remove the footwell airbag, which is held by 3 screws. Do not disconnect the airbag connector, just move it to the side because there is a risk of deployment if you unplug it. Then the ventilation duct is held here by 1 screw. Finally, we can remove the clutch pedal assembly. We'll also disconnect this sensor that came off the cylinder earlier. Don't worry, the new cylinder comes with its own sensor. Be careful when taking the pedal out of the car because there is still brake fluid inside the cylinder. Let me show you the clutch pedal and master cylinder assembly. The master cylinder is held in place by these plastic pins that we can push from the opposite side. Here you can see the pins from the other side as well. You just need to squeeze the ends and push the pins out. And here we have the master cylinder. This is the position in which the new cylinder needs to be installed. And as I mentioned earlier, it comes with its own sensor. We pushed the pins out with a pair of pliers and pulled them out with a trim clip removal tool. Here's the old master cylinder. At the top of the push rod there is a plastic ring that needs to be transferred to the new cylinder. You just twist it and it comes off easily. We then installed that plastic ring into the new cylinder opening and applied a little grease. Very important note, inside the old master cylinder, in the outlet where the pressure line connects, there is this small rubber grommet that you might not find inside the new cylinder, so you may need to transfer it from the old one. I think it's a bit strange that the new part does not come with this rubber grommet, because if it gets damaged during removal, brake fluid leaks may occur. Later I found online special kits that include these rubber grommets. Fortunately, we didn't have any leaks, but it's definitely better to order such a kit just to be safe. Now we just need to install the new master cylinder into the clutch pedal assembly, insert the pins, and we're done. I will not show the entire reinstallation process of the pedal assembly because the steps are obviously in reverse order, and with the airbag, ventilation duct and trims removed, everything will go much faster. We reconnect the pressure line and the hose from the reservoir and move on to bleeding the system. For this, we first top up the brake fluid in the reservoir. Now we open the bleeder valve on the slave cylinder and connect the hose and the container. There are many special bleeding tools available if you are working alone. If you have someone to press the pedal, you only need a hose and a container. One person pumps the pedal a few times to push fluid through the hose, and the other person closes the bleeder valve when the pedal is fully pressed so that air does not enter the system again. Repeat this process until the pedal feels firm and you no longer see air bubbles in the hose. Fill the brake fluid to the indicated level in the reservoir and the bleeding procedure is complete. Before reinstalling all the engine bay components, we move the car out of the garage and wash the spilled brake fluid. That was pretty much everything. I hope you enjoyed this video because it took quite a lot of work to make it, so don't forget to support the channel with a like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, all the best and see you in the next video. Bye bye.